Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Jacob, and this is the False Prophet channel where we get Islam busted and the false prophet of Islam, Muhammad, busted on a regular basis. In today's video, we will be getting the individual that you see before you. We will be getting him and his religion of Islam, his gutter religion, busted once again. We are going to absolutely destroy his prophet. And we're going to do it on his channel. We're going to go to his comment section because we are using his comment section as a platform. And it's very ironic that the title of his video was Satan's Deception. So he's talking about his own prophet, as we're going to show you. And what we have to show you today, he had nothing to say for it because he knows that we got him busted. Now, after you listen to this argument, it's not even an argument, but after you listen to the points that I make, I want everybody to use this against the Muslims. It's nothing they can say after what I show you today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Like, share, and subscribe, and let's get right to it. Now, for those who are just catching up on things, I know it's been a minute since I uploaded a video. I've been taking care of other things, but I plan to start back being more frequent in uploading videos. So you have my word, I'll be more, steadfast on this. But what I have to show you today is going to make up for all of that time that Brother Jacob has been away from the camera, okay? So now let's go to the comment section of Muslim Cheerleader, okay? Let's go to his comment section. And I decided to, I hadn't logged in my channel in a while. Then I looked at some comments that I left and I see that people had replied. So I happened to, scroll over a comment and I said, you know what? This is from Muslim Cheerleader channel. So let me see. So I just, out of curiosity. So then I see that he had a video up, his latest video. And I said to myself, you know what? I may as well drop another bomb on him. So let's show you. Let's go to the comment section. Okay, now let's show you. We're going to show you how he ran from me. Okay. Now, one of the things, we're going to show you the first comment that I left him, and then we're going to get into the meat of today's topic. Okay, I left this comment for him because Muslims like to say that Allah does not enter into creation, and they love to say that, oh, you Christians, you, how many gods do you worship? Because they don't understand the Trinity, even though the Bible speaks about the Trinity. In the first book of the Bible, in Genesis chapter 1, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And then it tells you that the Spirit of God moved upon the waters. So it's telling you that God created the heavens and the earth. And then it tells you that the Spirit of God moved upon the waters. Okay, so that's one of the things that Muslims like to say. They like to say, Allah does not enter into creation, and you Christians, you worship more than one God. The same old things they keep bringing up, and we keep refuting it over and over and over. But it's like they don't have anything else to say, okay? That's why I would hate to be a Muslim like this little, look at this little caveman. He looks like, I guess he's trying to look like Muhammad, because Muhammad, he grew his hair long and he didn't shave. So I guess he's trying to resemble Muhammad by having the wiry beard and having his hair uncombed and ungroomed. So I guess he's trying to resemble Muhammad like he's coming out of a cave of Hira in a like he's stepping out of the cave of Hira. He's trying to look Muslim, whatever. So let's show you the first comment that he ran away from. Okay. Muslims, they like to say, Allah doesn't enter creation. So let's read what I left him to get him busted. That's me, the false prophet. And I left him this comment. Surah 27:8. And let's read Surah 27:8. But when he came to the fire, a voice was heard. Blessed are those in the fire and those around, and glory to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. And then I said to him, uh-oh, Abdul, you said that Allah does not enter into creation. So tell me, who is the those that is speaking to Moses in the fire? And I thought Allah is one. So how can one become those? And it says those in the fire and those around the fire. And you can't say it's plural of majesty. You know how they like to say, well, we means the plural of majesty, which is stupid because, first of all, the Quran is an eternal book, okay? The plural of majesty didn't come about until way later. So how can the Quran be referring to a plural of majesty when it says we? And when the Muslims say this, it's just a lame excuse because Muhammad never said it means plural of majesty. The Quran never says it means plural of majesty. So that's just something that the Muslims are making up because they see that Allah is referring to himself in a plurality. Okay? So there's no way out of it. He's referring to himself as more than one. But people, bear with me. This video is going to get real good. I'm telling you. So I said, and it says those in the fire and those around the fire. And you can't say it's plural of majesty because that little game doesn't work with the word those. Also, it says those to refer to the people around the fire. So again, that little game won't work, Abdul. So if Allah is one, Abdul, why is he referred to as those? Tell us, Abdul. Everyone is waiting to hear your answer. Then I wrote, watch this, everybody. LOL. Go ahead, Abdul. Explain to us who are the those in the fire. Now, this is what it says in Surah 27:8. But when he came to the fire, and this is referring to Moses, but when he came to the fire, Moses, he heard a voice speaking from the tree, and it says, blessed are those in the fire and those around. So they can't say that those is a plural of majesty because the word and is used. So they can't say the those in the fire is a plural of majesty because if you say that, then that means the those around the fire is also a plural of majesty because it says, blessed are those in the fire and those around the fire. And glory to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. So we're asking you, Abdul, everybody wants to know who is the those? Not we. You can't say there's no such thing as a we, as a those plural of majesty. Who is the those? Like if I said in an example sentence, who are those people over there? That can't be plural of majesty. I'm saying, who are those people standing over there? So tell us, Abdul, who are the those? Okay, so now we just busted that Allah enters into creation. He's in the fire. And he's more than one because the verse says those. Now let's look at his little reply. This is what he said. And of course, he's a racist. He said, Abdul, nigga, we already exposed you, which proves you are already finished, boy. He's never exposed me. I stopped making videos about him because I had already crushed him. He made a damning statement. I already did a video on it, something that he can't take back. So that's why I stopped, paying attention or giving him any attention, because he's already been crushed. And look what I wrote. As you see, everybody, he has no answer because he knows it gets him busted and his Islam busted. Then he wrote, Abdul, nigga, if I were to answer, I would expose you like I did every time. Your story is finished, boy. Ha ha ha. Whack. He's a whack, corny, muzzy boy. And then I wrote, sure you would, Abdul. You would expose me by running. Then he wrote, Abdul, nigga, you ran away multiple times and I exposed you every time. And never ran from you. Never, never, never. So as you see, he didn't have an answer, so there's no need to read the other stuff he wrote. That's just a bunch of, corny garbage. So now let's show you the main point of this video. So what we are about to show you now, we're about to get him completely busted. And look, he didn't want me to make this video. He did not want me to tell you what I'm about to tell you now. Look at him looking at us. Doesn't he look funny? He looks like a wild caveman. He needs to join ISIS. Hey, Abdul, why haven't you joined ISIS, man? Look at this wild beast, man. He looks like a beast. I bet you evil spirits be riding him at night. There's no way he can have a peaceful sleep at night. The devil is tormenting this guy at night. He has nightmares. I'm telling you, people like this do not sleep good at night. He has nightmares. He has sleep paralysis. I bet you demons be riding him at night. He can't move in his sleep. This guy is tormented by demons. You can look at him and tell. It's no peace in this guy's life. Look at his eyes. He is tormented by demons. Now, since he decided to run from my first comment, I had another treat ready for him. Now, let's get into it. Everybody pay attention to this. Now, what we about to read to you right now, drum roll. This will be the ultimate argument to prove that, number one, Allah is a pagan god according to the Quran. Number two, it will prove that Muhammad, he even bore the name of a pagan Allah. And number three, it will prove that the Quran is a lie. And it will prove that, number four, that when Muhammad was in the cave of Hira, he was praying to a pagan god. Now, and number five, we're going to show you how, with all of the evidence, how it concludes that if Muhammad was praying to a pagan god, is no way that he could have a true divine revelation. And we're going to show you how the Quran itself shoots Muhammad in the foot and destroys Islam. Now let's read this comment. Everybody take notes. Now, audience, as you see, this Abdul had no answer. So now, everyone, we are about to prove by using the Quran that Muhammad was worshiping a pagan god when he was in the cave of Hira. Now, everyone, focus your attention on the following Quran verse, Surah 109, Ayah 1 through 6. Now, before I even read the rest of that, let's go to that surah. This is Surah 109, Ayah 1 through 6. And we're reading the Pictol translation. And it says, "Say, O disbelievers, I worship not that which ye worship, nor worship ye that which I worship. And I shall not worship that which ye worship, nor will ye worship that which I worship. Unto you your religion, and unto me my religion." Boy, I know that just reading that verse, I know it gives you a headache, but this is what the Muslims say is so divine, and nobody could write a verse better than this garbage. This stupid verse, which is repeating the same things over and over and over. But be that as it may, let's get back to the comment section. Okay. Now, everyone, focus your attention on the following Quran verse. Surah 109, 1 through 6. "Say, O disbelievers, I worship not that which ye worship, nor worship ye that which I worship. And I shall not worship that which ye worship, nor will ye worship that which I worship. Unto you your religion, and unto me my religion." Now watch, everyone, how this Abdul will be trapped once again. And look, everybody, I prepared this video in his comment section. So what I'm telling you right now, I'm just reading what I prepared earlier. I'm just reading it like a speech. Okay? Now watch, everyone, how this Abdul will be trapped once again. Notice, everyone, that verse 109, 1 through 6 specifically tells the unbelievers, i.e. the pagans, that they do not worship what I worship, and that I do not worship what you worship. And this verse is referring to Muhammad and what he should tell the unbelievers according to the Muslim narrative. Okay, so Surah 109, verses 1 through 6, that's Allah telling Muhammad what to say to the unbelievers. Okay, so be that as it may, we have a serious problem going on here, because when you read the Islamic sources, it tells you that Muhammad's father was named Abdullah, which means slave of Allah. But hold up, Abdul. If Muhammad's father was named Abdullah, which means slave of Allah, and at the same time he was a pagan, then that means Muhammad was not worshiping the true creator in the cave of Hira. Because according to Surah 109, 1 through 6, it says that the pagans do not worship what Muhammad worshiped. But yet, the pagans did worship their pagan god named Allah, because Muhammad's father was named Abdullah. And since your Quran says that the pagans did not worship what Muhammad worshiped, referring to Allah, that means your prophet was named after a pagan god. Is everybody following? Because the full name of your prophet is Abu al-Qasim Muhammad bin Abd Allah ibn Abd al-Muttalib ibn Hashim. And Ibn means son of. So your prophet was the son of a pagan worshiper, which makes him a slave of a pagan god, just like his father was a slave of a pagan god. Because the verse specifically says that the unbelievers don't worship what Muhammad worships. And Muhammad's father was a pagan. And Muhammad's father was a pagan idol worshiper who was in hell according to Muhammad. Because he was a pagan, Muhammad said his father went to hell. So, who was in hell according to Muhammad because he was a pagan, even though he was a slave of Allah, like his name indicates. Because Abdullah means slave of Allah. Huge problem, Abdul, because this means Allah is not the name of the true creator. Because if it is, then the Quran is a lie. Because it says in Surah 109, 1 through 6, that the pagans don't worship what Muhammad worshiped. So now, here is the dilemma, Abdul. Which Allah is the real Allah? Is it the Allah that the pagans worshiped, or is it the Allah who Muhammad was named after? Abu al-Qasim Muhammad ibn Abd Allah ibn Abd al-Muttalib ibn Hashim. He was the son of his father, and that's where he got his Abd Allah in his last name. It was passed down from his father. So, okay, busted. Your prophet was named after a pagan Allah, and both the pagans and you Muslims claim to worship Allah. But the verse says that I don't worship what you worship. So it's no way they were worshiping the true creator. And Muhammad's father was worshiping Allah before Islam and the Quran. And he was a pagan. So that means Allah is a pagan God. Because the verse says specifically that I don't worship what you worship. So that means Allah is a false God. And it means that the Quran is telling a lie because the pagans did worship Allah. But it says they didn't. It says that I don't worship what you worship and you don't worship what I worship. The only way out of it is to say they were worshiping a different Allah. And that still wouldn't help your case, because then you would be admitting that Muhammad was named after a pagan god. Busted, Abdul, because he got his name from his father. So this proves that before Islam, while Muhammad was in the cave of Hira, he was worshiping a pagan god because he was named after his father, Ibn, son of. Therefore, he was the son of a pagan Allah worshiper, and that pagan Allah was included in his name. So now tell us, Abdul, which Allah is the real Allah? The Allah Muhammad worshiped in the cave, or the Allah that the pagans worship? Either way, your answer destroys your prophet. Because if you say that the real Allah was the Allah that Muhammad worshiped, then you are proving that Muhammad was named after a pagan because he got his last name from his father, Ibn, son of. It's in his name. And his father worshiped Allah. But the Quran says that Muhammad is to tell the unbelievers that I don't worship what you worship and you don't worship what I worship. So if the pagans was worshiping Allah, then guess what, everybody? That means the Muslims are not worshiping the true creator, because they cannot claim Allah, because Muhammad said, I do not worship what you worship. So if the pagans was worshiping Allah, that means the Muslims cannot be worshiping Allah. So now the next question to Abdul, the next question to Muslim cheerleader is, then who are you Muslims worshiping? Okay? Because Surah 109, 1 through 6 says, for Muhammad to say, O disbelievers, I worship not that which ye worship, nor worship ye that which I worship. And there was only one Allah before Islam that the pagans worship. There wasn't two Allahs. There was only one Allah. So Abdul, you have a serious dilemma. Now you have to tell us as a Muslim, who do you worship? And if you say Allah, then you are in another dilemma, because the verse says, I worship not that which ye worship. So if you say Allah, then you are proving that Allah is a lie. You are proving to us that Surah 109, 1 through 6 is a lie. Because the pagans called upon the name of Allah. But the verse says, I do not worship what ye worship, and you do not worship what I worship. So Abdul, casket is closed over your face. You are dead and in the ground. It's over with. It's over with. So everybody, that's a clear case that these Muslims cannot get out of. We have proven to you that Muhammad, he got his name from his father, who was a pagan. He has a pagan Allah in his name, as we showed you. The Quran says that he doesn't worship what they worship, and they don't worship what he worships. But these Muslims say they worship Allah. But no, not according to your Quran, because you're not supposed to worship what the pagans worship. So now we have destroyed Islam with Islam. Isn't that something? We destroyed Islam by simply reading the Quran, and it destroys itself. And with that, this is Brother Jacob, and this is the False Prophet channel, where we get Islam busted and the false prophet of Islam, Muhammad, busted on a regular basis. Like, share, and subscribe, and tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. And honestly, this is the first time I ever heard anybody say this. So I know this is your first time hearing it. And I'm humbled to be the one to deliver this brand new information to the world of apologetics. And this is just another bullet that we can use to put in the head of Muhammad and to put in the Quran and to destroy Islam once again. And with that, this is Brother Jacob signing out.